Rugby Gogledd Cymru, but today it's home for Brython Thunder. I'm Griff McKee. I'm joined today by Siwan Lillycrap. Siwan, how are you today?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
It's been an awesome competition so far in the Celtic Challenge. What have you made of it?
Oh, it's been brilliant, hasn't it, to see the pathway girls and senior international girls playing in a competition and a quality competition. We've seen some really close matches and I've really enjoyed the quality of rugby that's been played. So it's brilliant to see these girls playing week in, week out and performing.
I'm bringing a fixture up to North Wales as well. It's good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know, the women's game is developing across the world and especially all across Wales. And we've seen some really good pathway girls come through RGC. So it's really nice to bring a quality women's rugby game up here to Areas Park.
Absolutely. The conditions here are pretty miserable today. So let's take a look at what the coaches had to say about how it's going to go today. Ashley, a good opportunity today to get a victory against Glasgow Warriors. You looking forward to the game?
Yeah, no, it should be a great game. We've come up to North Wales. Great. I haven't been here for a long time and the facilities look outstanding. So hopefully we can get a good game of rugby against Glasgow and see who comes out on top.
What do you expect from them today?
They move the ball around really well. I think they haven't been given enough credit really. They're that close, probably similar to ourselves where we're just missing that last part of the game to actually just score tries. But watching them play, they're quite an exciting team. The conditions might dictate a little bit more today on how much they can do that. But yeah, I'm expecting a bit of excitement from them.
And a tough week last week, obviously a few injuries. How have you dealt with that in this week?
It's just tested the depth of our squad really. We've got a lot of girls who've been training throughout the campaign and it's just an opportunity to go out and see what it's like and test themselves at a different level. So hopefully we can get a lot of minutes on the board and girls can go out and enjoy and express and show what they've got.
Pub luck today.
Thank you, mate.
So Chris, you're back in Wales for round 5, Brython Thunder today. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, it's good to be back. Obviously, we're expecting a pretty fired up Brython side at home. Obviously, both looking to try and get our first win of the competition, so definitely expect them to come out firing. Physical challenges always coming down here around ball carry and defence, so we're excited for the challenge that's coming.
As you mentioned, it's been maybe a tough 4 games for yourself. What are you hoping to develop going into the playoffs over the next few weeks?
Yeah, look, I think from a results point of view, if you look at that, it has been a tough period of time for the group, but this competition's a lot more than that in terms of just the scoreboard, and I think the growth the players have had in terms of their training and then the ability to perform at a level that's above what they're used to, it's hugely positive for us. And ultimately, yeah, look, we'd love to get a win today that would set us up in a position to go into the playoffs for another 2 games and finish the competition really strongly.
The weather today isn't ideal for running rugby. How do you hope to manage with that?
Yeah, it's another good challenge for the group around adaptability, I guess, in the conditions. So what does that mean? Look, we might need to play a bit smarter, say in the middle third, and look to kick a little bit more. It is pretty calm, so there's not a huge amount of wind, but the drizzle, I guess, is going to provide a bit of a slippy ball. So yeah, we just need to be mindful of that, but hopefully it doesn't impact the game too much.
Chris, good luck today.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Great to see both coaches so eager to get onto the field, even in this horrible rain here at Stadium CSM. Brython Thunder against Glasgow Warriors is coming up in only a few moments' time. But a quick look at how it stands before the games today. Wolfhounds have already secured their spot in the top 3, but Gwalia Lightning, Clovers and Edinburgh, all 3 of them need to secure their spots in the major playoffs with this last week of fixtures. And Brython Thunder, Glasgow Warriors, both of them eager to get off the mark with their first victory. This is how it stands at the moment. Edinburgh Rugby 20, Clovers 21 in that crunch match to secure the top 3. Clovers will secure that at the moment. Gwalia Lightning, therefore, would need a victory to qualify for the major playoffs. But plenty to play for that game. Also about 15 minutes to go there. So a lot can change in 15 minutes, as we already know this year in the Celtic Challenge. But plenty of action and plenty of excitement to come in the Celtic Challenge, especially today at Stadium CSM. Plenty of talent on the field for both teams with Glasgow Warriors and Brython Thunder. Siwan, who are you looking forward to see on the field today from both teams?
Oh, there's loads of players I'm really excited to see, and you know, both teams today, Griff, are going to be looking to get their first win under their belt, so they're going to be really up for it. But Alex Callender, obviously an outstanding player for Wales, but also has been performing week in, week out for this Thunder side, and top carries, She's had 42 carries this year so far, just in this league, and she puts her body on the line week in, week out.
Absolutely, body on the line from Alex Callender. Next out, Brython Thunder coming out to the field. Well, let's have a look at the Glasgow Warriors team sheet to start. Chloe Brown, Megan Hyland and Giselle Chico will make their first starts for Glasgow Warriors. There are 7 alterations for this clash in Colwyn Bay. Chris Laidlow's squad desperate to get their first victory, and plenty of stars in the back line with Freya Clark and Katie Ainsworth in the 9 and 10 positions. Brython Thunder, Natalia John is still in the lock position, but a new partner with Charlie Mundy this week, slotting into the second row. Shauna Wakely has moved from the second row to number 8, as Shawnette Harris is unavailable this week. Niamh Terry, the fly half, is out with an injury. Therefore, Molly Wilkinson is at 10. And then Meg Webb, the vice-captain, joining with Ellie Tromans in the centre. We're almost ready to go here at Stadium CSM. These two teams eager to get off the mark, to get their first victory of the campaign. And here we go. Wilkinson putting the ball deep in to the Glasgow half to get us started. And a good tackle from Brython Thunder to get us underway. Clark, patience, out to Ainsworth, goes down the field. And it's taken well by Wakely, has been absolutely key in Brython Thunder's games so far in this Celtic Challenge. And Callender feeds it into Katie Carr, one of the twins in the front row for Brython Thunder. Very young front row for Brython Thunder, but absolutely plenty of excitement around their potential in the future. Good tackle from Highland on Natalia John. The ball comes out to his near side, a fantastic dummy. The ball doesn't quite make the hands from Lauren Smith, who's in this side for Brython Thunder this week, and a lot of excitement around her as well. Played plenty of times for Wales Sevens and for the national team. It's great to see another player who's got plenty of experience coming into the fray in the Celtic Challenge.
Yeah, it really is. You know, you've got a mixture of youth and experience within both sides, but especially the Thunder side today. And Lauren Smith's made a return and started full-back today. He's got plenty of caps for Wales in the past, and I'm sure she'd be looking to get a name back in the mix. But we've seen good intent from both sides, and seen Shauna Wakely in the backfield early, getting the ball in her hands, and as she has done all season for Thunder, dominating those carries and getting over the gain line.
Absolutely, despite missing the first clash at Rodney Parade, since coming into the side, been hugely influential, especially looking at the statistics so far this season. Defenders beaten, 8 for Shauna Wakely. It's impressive for, well, a player who's been predominantly in the second row so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely, Griff. And also, like you mentioned, didn't play the first game of the season, so to be up there at the top of the stats as well, with maybe not playing every game, is really impressive. And obviously she's got a wealth of experience, and played for Wales for many years, and is back involved in this side, but spent most of the campaign in the second row. We've seen her at 8 today, but turnovers and carries and the dominance, and how she disrupts that breakdown as well. She's been a key player for this Thunder side.
First scrum of the game, Glasgow Warriors. It looks to be a good tussle from both teams, and it looks like it's the Brython team who might be coming forward. However, ball is out. Glasgow launch it down the field with Ainsworth straight towards Smith. A good dummy and finds a gap. Another one brilliant from Lauren Smith, eating meters. Callender now with Hing on the shoulder support. The arm is out, advantage. Izzy Hannay in the offside position. Wilkinson sees the gap. However, the play will come back for that penalty, but once again it's Lauren Smith picking the ball in the backfield, deciding go on a bit of a mazy run, and she's fooled a couple of defenders there straight away. Yeah,
she absolutely has, and she is Liam Williams' cousin, and probably plays very similar to Liam in that backfield. Is evasive, that dummy, and able to change angle, but is also very, very skillful player. Ball in hand, really comfortable, and we're seeing her enjoying having her ball in her hands twice in the first couple of opening minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Lauren Smith, bags of experience and hopefully we'll see a lot more of those sorts of steps throughout the game. First line out as well here then for Rosie Carr, an important one. Always key to get this first line out correct. Wearing the number 25 jersey at the back of that line out is Chloe Thomas Bradley in the front row. And feeding in Charlie Mundy, up and in. Calendar tries to get out to Seren Singleton. She's been swarmed by a couple of Glasgow defenders. But the ball is out now. Thomas Bradley again. Singleton feeds it to Wakely. Takes two defenders to take her down. And it's out again, this time Wilkinson into Meg Webb. A key player for this Brython team. The Glasgow line is doing well at the moment. Line speed is good. And they're tackling strong as well. And there's a great example of the backs putting in a big shot. Smith ducking through, taken down by Eve Thompson. John met by Izzy Hannay. They go out, Calendar taken down. And it's a penalty, Glasgow Warriors. And it's great work from the visitors, holding Brython Thunder back and eventually biding their time and going for that turnover.
Yeah, great turnover there, great profile, and as you say, biding their time, but Glasgow looking really comfortable in defence. Some good collisions in there and dominating that area. Thunder really struggling to make gain line because Glasgow's defence, to be fair, has been really powerful in this first opening minutes.
The arm is out. However, Glasgow decide to play big shot on Ainsworth as she stabs it through. The referee will come back for another penalty for Glasgow Warriors, and it's a good opportunity here to try and put it towards that corner and get their first visit into the 22.
Definitely the game in the first 6 minutes has been played in Glasgow's half, possession and territory by the Thunder team, and then they've just received 2 penalties on the bounce, allowed them to get into the Thunder half and into the 22, and we're sure that they'll feel the need to go to their set piece here to get a bit of a platform and get into this game.
Just a quick update from elsewhere in the Celtic Challenge. Edinburgh have scored against Clovers. It's currently Edinburgh 27, Clovers 21, meaning Edinburgh would secure their top 3 spots for the playoffs. However, here at Stadium CSM, it's Glasgow Warriors feeding into the line out, and it's a successful initial line out. However, not straight, says the referee. And an opportunity for Brython to feed into the scrum. But it's difficult in these conditions today. It's slippy, it's a bit boggy. It's going to be tough for the hookers to get it right. Yeah,
absolutely. It is. Rain is drizzling out there. The ground is wet. It's like a bar of soap. So, you know, it is difficult for the hookers today. And interestingly, the Brython Thunder side have gone for the line out instead of the scrum.
And they have lost it. The ball goes straight into the opposite hooker. Nikki Simpson collects Carr's line out. And here they come, the visitors. Big carry this time. Tucker. The ball comes out again. The pack is doing the hard yards, the hard work here for Glasgow. Has that one gone forward? Through the hands of Rhea Clark. The ball does go forward, but she doesn't look too pleased with that decision. But it will be a scrum for Brython Thunder. But it all came from the decision of going for that line out. And in this conditions, surely you'd go for a scrum.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's a young front row in this Brython side that has developed hugely throughout this tournament, and probably their confidence lies within their line out. But on conditions like today, I thought their first scrum was really good, really stable. That maybe that would have been a more secure option. But look, they got the ball back, and that's from Shona Wakely's disruption at that maul, leaving Rhea Clark with no option. But a really tough time for her then to get that ball out with a counter-ruck.
The ball comes out to Eleanor Hing. Tracked well by Pearl Kelly. Still on the field, but the ball has gone forward. Glasgow are looking destructive in the breakdown. There'll be another scrum for Glasgow. However, it was a good shove from Brython Thunder just then. It's fair to say that their scrum might be, well, they can utilise the scrum a bit more than they have in the last few weeks, seeing as they're matching Glasgow today.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, their confidence has grown throughout the campaign, and as we say, we got to remember it's a young front row, it's a developing front row, and we've seen them grow massively over the last 3-4 games, and at the moment they're matching this Glasgow side.
The ball is out, plenty of space on the far side, however difficult it would be to launch that ball 20-30 metres all the way to the far side. However, Glasgow are doing well to recycle the ball fairly quickly. Over the ball goes Brython. It was Rosie Carr over that one. However, they do have the ball. Kelly cutting inside, tackled well. It was Wakely. And they come again towards this near side in this blistering rain. This horrible drizzle here at the Stadium CSM. And again, Glasgow pinched in the breakdown. Neither side seems to be taking control of this ball fully at the moment. And cutting through once more are the visitors. Clark with the ball out to Ainsworth. Good defence, good line speed from Brython. The ball doesn't quite make the hands this time. On the ball goes Tromans. However, Fraser peels away with the ball. Natalia John in the mixer trying to steal the ball, and it's a penalty to Brython Thunder, and it's good work from the experienced lock Natalia John counter-rucking.
Yeah, high reward there. We've seen it on a couple of occasions now from this Brython Thunder side. The counter-ruck disrupting the play of Glasgow and getting good turnover, but that defensive set from this Thunder side was really good. Look where Glasgow started and where they ended up on the halfway line. Line speed, getting off the line, making their collisions, and then they get the reward, resulting in a penalty and able to get deep in to this Glasgow half.
Katie Carr delivering the message to Rosie Carr in this line out. 7 ready to go into war here with a driving maul, and Brython have done well to cement this attacking scrum. The driving maul rather is going strong. Around 10 metres out here, it all started just inside the 22. And still with the ball in hand, Rosie Carr. Singleton out to Katie Carr. Glasgow have been disciplined in their defence so far in this game, and over the ball goes Freya Clark. The Glasgow coaching team were adamant that she was legal there. The referee allowed Brython Thunder to hold on to the ball. Another big carry, and it's crossing, unfortunately, for Brython Thunder. And it was the Carr twins running into each other.
Yeah, I think that was, I don't know which twin ran into who, but I got a feeling it was Katie ran into Rosie, and therefore offside. That's an easy out for this Glasgow side. But a great driving maul by the Thunder side. Patient, tight, got a huge amount of gain line, and they look dangerous in that area.
And it must be said, it's a weapon that's utilised often in these games, the driving maul, and Brython Thunder, that first one was very organised. They looked like they got straight into the rhythm of it. It's going to be a huge weapon for them for the whole 80 minutes.
Definitely. Set piece gives you a platform to be able to play. It gives you, relieves pressure when you can gain territory from set piece. So it's an important part of the game, and I'm sure they'll look to go to that deadly driving maul throughout this game.
It was Chloe Brown who made huge meters then. Shauna Wakely rips and offloads. The offload goes slightly forward, but initially huge meters made by Chloe Brown, peeling away from the line out. There will be a scrum in the middle of the park and an opportunity for Glasgow to try and throw the ball around. Maybe a training ground move from this far out. It's a perfect position pretty much in the middle of the field for this scrum.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're middle of the park, both sides to be able to utilise and exploit from an attacking perspective. But I would just say both sides need to remain patient. We're 14 minutes in. Both sides desperate for a win, want to get a win and under their belts, but they haven't got to win the game in the first 40 minutes. So a great turnover there from Shauna Wakely, but then just patience, composure. Doesn't have to score first phase.
The ball goes out through the hands effectively, out to the far side. Fraser, met well by Amy Williams. Hannay, Wakely again involved. Natalia John looked for the strip. Counter-rucking. Alex Callender penalised in from the side, it looked like. However, Glasgow don't fancy waiting around here and going straight back into action. Bogan, the winger on this near side, holding a width as they make their way slowly towards this side. A flat pass, a good bounce from Chicot. Not sure if that was the intended pass, but it does work for Glasgow Warriors. Brown, Clark, out to Ainsworth. The hands not quite there for Glasgow Warriors. It was Ali Tucker collecting. Maul, says the referee. And it's good work from Brython Thunder to steal the ball. However, good intention from Glasgow Warriors. They obviously want to throw the ball about a bit, getting out to the edges. It's tough conditions to try and do it. Almost did it very well there.
Yeah, very good. And what they're getting is gain line off that first carry. Forwards getting through a lot of work in this Glasgow side and being physical, getting over the gain line. And then we're seeing quite fast ball from Glasgow, which they're looking to find an edge, get it to an edge. So we're seeing some real good intent to play from this Glasgow side this afternoon.
Just a quick update from the other games in the Celtic Challenge at the moment. Edinburgh Rugby have scored again in the corner, making their score 35-21 against the Clovers, which is huge in the context of the top three. This would mean Clovers do not get a losing bonus point or a try bonus point, leaving Gwalia only needing the victory against Wolfhounds. However, in that game at the moment, it is Wolfhounds 10, Gwalia Lightning 5. So plenty of action across the whole Celtic Challenge. And we just saw there a shot of Shauna Wakely. She's been, well, very impactful in the first 10 minutes of this game.
Very impactful. Her instances must be through the roof. Turnovers, carries. She's getting really into this game, and she has done throughout the campaign, to be fair, but showing her experience and leading from the front in this Brython Thunder side. But hopefully that's nothing too serious. Obviously taped up, strapped up on her ankle. Hopefully it's just a niggle and just some reassurance there and nothing more.
Feed into this scrum for Brython Thunder. They will have another reset. And it looks like it's Ali Tucker on this near side, maybe struggling slightly.
Yeah, she doesn't look very comfortable there, Griff. Ali Tucker looked like she was stretching her back out to take a knee. She doesn't 100% look right. But this Thunder side can take confidence from the scrum in the first quarter of this game. Their profile, they're holding out this Glasgow side and looking dominant at the moment in this scrum.
It's a good scrum for both sides. Singleton coming away with the ball, but it's her opposite number Freya Clark doing well to take it down to the ground. Wakely in the 9 position. Hing trying to peel around the outside. Good tackle from Kelly, offload inside. Singleton spills it forward. And there will be another scrum, this time Glasgow Warriors, but neither team quite managing to hold the ball for more than a couple of phases. As you mentioned, the game isn't won in the first 20 minutes. They need to be maybe a bit more patient with the ball in hand.
Patience is key, but it is very slippery out there, so what we can't see from here is the rain and how wet the ground is and how slippery that ball is. So that ball toughness, ball retention, keeping hold of that ball in contact is going to be key for both sides to go through the phases, to be able to identify that space to attack. The Thunder side looking really far back in defence here for the base of the scrum.
Big shove from Brython Thunder. Penalty for the home team. And that's credit to the front row. They've worked hard all campaign. And these small victories is exactly what the front row loves to see.
It's all about connections there, and I'm not a front row expert at all, but what's been pleasing to see how this front row has grown and developed, and the confidence and the connections that you have. You know, you've got to work in sync, and we've seen young Chloe Bradley, I think, on the loose side there, going up, getting that nudge forward, and everyone else following through, and a big reward at the end of it with a penalty to the Thunder side.
There was a lovely line out from Rosie Carr, especially under the circumstances here at Stadium CSM. 20 minutes into this one, the scores are still level, neither side yet to get on the board. Rosie Carr. Good defence once more from the Warriors. Singleton looks to come on the short side. Wakely breaking through the line. Good offload into Alex Callender. Ekes the space in front of the flanker. And she scores her second try of this campaign. Alex Callender on the shoulder. And she loves a try from that far in.
Can you see it, Brython Thunder?
Yeah, brilliant play by the Thunder side. Starting with a snap back down the edge. Shona Wakely engaging defenders, going in between 2 defenders, commits them both, and then giving that offload pass to the edge to Alex Callender, the open side flanker. Been on top form for Wales all season and is leading this side exceptionally this year from the front in her actions, her statistics, how she puts her body on the line, but then how she finishes tries like that, showing her pace on the edge as well. So well-deserved try by this Thunder side.
Yeah, as mentioned, Alex Callender hugely influential, not only for this Brython Thunder side, but on the national level as well. And certainly someone who's going to be catching the eyes of the nation come the Women's Six Nations for sure. Just about missing to the right there, Molly Wilkinson, but a good effort from a tough angle. However, Brython Thunder 5, Glasgow Warriors 0. And they've worked hard there, Brython Thunder, to get their first tries. Well, Glasgow's defence has been pretty immaculate so far.
Yeah, it has been impressed with Glasgow's defence, and they spent a lot of the first 10 minutes defending, managed to get into the game a little bit, but then Brython's composure to get it back into that game and get down into the 22 and execute that try was really good.
A huge collision again from Shona Wakely, targeting Emma Turner, bouncing her straight off, and it's a penalty. Sharon Singleton looked like she fancied going quick there, but the experience in the Thunder team says slow it down. Let's try and get back up the field and build up slowly. As we see a good kick from Wilkinson getting down the field, but a quick mention on Glasgow Warriors. We saw Brython Thunder the first time they've really kept the ball in hand for a few phases, found the gap and got over the line. Potentially Glasgow Warriors just need to slow themselves down a bit, especially in attack, to hold the ball for a bit more phases, as those gaps will open up eventually.
composure is absolutely key. It's really hard to score first, second phase, but if you've got that composure, manipulate defence, patience and keeping possession is really key. And we've seen Glasgow forwards get some really good gain line, but then that execution of that passing out in the wider channels will be a benefit to them moving forward into this game today.
Looked like Rosie Carr held possession, still going forward. But it was a penalty advantage regardless for Thunder. So another opportunity to get towards that 22.
From the referee's action there, I think it was pulling the player in the air before she hit the ground for her feet. The line-out jumper hit the floor, taking the player in the air. But then that Thunder driving more we spoke about earlier on, Griff, is looking dominant. It's looking deadly. They're managing to get into a good setup, get the momentum, that punch forward early, and that's really hard to stop once you've got that momentum.
And they go for it again. Good setup as Carr has the ball at the back once again. Ball's being passed back effectively by Thunder, but it looks like Glasgow have managed to spoil the party here. Singleton going herself, ducking, diving, trying to get past Tucker. Offloads into Hing. The ball does go forward off Eleanor Hing. Probably didn't expect that one to be offloaded into her. But Singleton trying to keep the ball alive. She's a profound sevens player. It's a sort of play you'd see in sevens, but however, maybe bit of composure there to hold on to the ball as he had great field position.
Yeah, she's abrasive, isn't she? She's lively. She likes to have the ball in hand. She's played wing. She's played scrum half. She's been involved in Wales Sevens and plays a rugby at Cardiff Met at the moment. Was capped for Wales under-20s last summer and has got a bright future ahead of her. She's definitely a lively character and on the field and works exceptionally hard. Like you said, Griff, I don't think Hing was expecting that ball, but looking at options to attack both sides of the field.
Absolutely a short stoppage here in play. But we mentioned just then about the driving maul from Brython Thunder. How difficult is it for Glasgow Warriors to try and stop that, and how can they go about combating that lethal weapon that Brython Thunder have at the moment, because they seem to be making huge meters every time that they get a line out into that driving maul?
Yeah, they're going up and competing, and also then that transition into stopping. You know, for me, feet in the ground in that driving maul, you lift your feet as a defending player, then it gives that opposition side momentum. So it's about mentality first and foremost, getting your head in a place that isn't very comfortable, but then digging in, strong profile, and keeping your feet in the ground to be that brick wall to try and push again. As soon as you lift your feet, it's easy for teams to come through you.
Another big scrum for Brython Thunder, well managed by the back row of Glasgow Warriors. They look to try and play out here. Alex Callender over the ball straight away, but they'll come back. Driving across. Penalty, Glasgow Warriors, and quite fortunate there, Glasgow Warriors. They couldn't get the kick away, so they tried to go through the hands. If there wasn't this penalty advantage, Brython Thunder would have been right in front of the sticks with the penalty.
Yeah, Alcal over the ball, but referees indicating angle on the scrum. I'm not sure what side, loose head or tight head side for this Thunder team, but one player going on the angle. Referee in the middle, Jennifer, former Wales player, played in the front row herself, a loose head, so I definitely think she knows more than me in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to be involved in there, but they've gone short. A quick line out to the front. Nikki Simpson seeing the opportunity and seizing it, making meters. Brown again, who's carried well in this first half for Glasgow Warriors. But again, the tension is key here for the visitors. going towards the far side, cutting back across. Chicot. This time carrying Thompson. Coming towards the near side, Ainsworth. Bit of a dummy pass, and it's good pressure from Brython Thunder. Back inside goes Carla McDonald, and she receives it back as well, but it's a huge tackle on her, and it looks like she's been held, lifted off the floor. It was Seren Singleton who instigated it. Wakely comes away with the ball, but it goes forward from her hands and gives another opportunity for Glasgow Warriors, who go high into this swirling wind. They hold on to it, but it does come off the foot eventually of the winger Pearl Kelly. Penalty regardless for Glasgow Warriors, and it's a good opportunity here for the visitors to put it towards the corner. It's in fact a scrum, but regardless, good field position for Glasgow Warriors to try and penetrate that Brython defence.
Glasgow Warriors going through the phases there, and we see them go multi-phase, carrying hard in the middle of the field. But again, impressive defence by this Thunder side. Impressed by their line speed. They're getting up early into the Glasgow eye line, making their collisions. Glasgow really not getting over that gain line at the moment. And then a good double tackle held up, and a rip by Shona Wakely. I think it was Seren Singleton and Shona Wakely in that tackle and turnover ball, but then patience really in a slippery ball. Did really well to get that ball back, but now Glasgow ball again.
Good line speed from Thunder. The ball goes back off the hands of Glasgow Warriors. Claudia McLaren it was who dropped it initially. And it looks like it was Alex Callender who won that battle. It's a penalty, Brython Thunder. But Glasgow Warriors, they'll be disappointed with themselves from there. They had a good position, and it's just the simple things of trying to keep the ball in hand doesn't quite work out for them.
It is slippery out there, but still, you know, possession, keeping possession, getting those hands up early, and keeping the ball is a hugely important factor in the game to be able to go through the phases. But also the contact area, both sides need to be cleaned up a little bit. Body profile, the disruption, the amount of turnovers we've seen in the contact area has been pretty high this first half. So that's what I'd be saying as a coach, just clean up the contact area, and let's make sure we're keeping possession and executing our skill.
Lost ball in the line, however the ball eventually finds its way back into Thunder hands. Callender picking and driving. Nikki Simpson does well to bring down the flanker. Molly Wilkinson, flat ball into Wakely, who tries to take on Katie Ainsworth. Natalia John, big carry. Again, meters made by the home side. The arm is out. Callender, tackled well by Chicot. It's good hands, but a big tackle. It was Ali Tucker, the prop for Glasgow. However, Wilkinson sees the space. Chasing the ball is Williams. But Glasgow were first onto it to neutralise that attack. But they'll come back for a penalty. Brython Thunder have good field position here. And plenty of options in this penalty. Scrum, tap, line out. What would you go for, Siwan?
Scrum. Based on the field position, that's what I would go for. Opens up two sides to attack, and maybe they're still building their confidence in that area of their game.
Good carry from Katie Carr. Offloads into Natalia John. Singleton peels away, the speed. Oh, the ingenuity, finds plenty of space for the winger, Amy Williams. No one was going to stop her with her wheels. Another try for the home team. And Seren Singleton doing well to create the space for Amy Williams, who is absolutely lethal when she's got space in front of her.
It was a great finish by Amy Williams. She still had a lot of work to do. Seren Singleton does well to come out of that ruck and go get in between, engage two defenders slightly, getting outside the first defender, and then having that little bite from the outside defender, allowing that space for Amy Williams to exploit, but still had a job to do as the Glasgow defence was coming across, and a good finish and good phases of play by this Thunder side.
And it must be said initially as well, looking onto the field, it looked like Singleton had run out of opportunities and options. However, Amy Williams was hiding just behind her on the left and peeling around with the gas that she has. It was impossible for her not to score with that much space in front of her. Wilkinson, not quite with that kick, however. Brython Thunder 10, Glasgow Warriors 0. And Brython Thunder, they'll feel positive with this start. 2 tries in the first half. They've worked their way up the field in the conditions with the pressure on the team as well to get a win in the first phase of this competition. They've done well to deal with everything that was facing them today.
Absolutely, I think the pressure's on both sides to try and want to get that win. You know, this tournament is about development at the moment. It's a new tournament, but at the same time, as players, you absolutely want to be on the winning side. It helps morale. It helps that feeling in the teams. So both sides will be looking for that win today. And we've seen Thunder in this position. They went ahead against Edinburgh at home, but then unfortunately didn't win. We've seen them go ahead today, so can they keep their composure, or are Glasgow going to come back into the game? Because we've seen some great play from them also this afternoon. But I think we're seeing a confident Thunder side playing now, Griff.
Absolutely. Ahead in the game, 10-0. The first time they've looked comfortable with the lead. And as you mentioned, that game at Parc Scarlets, they were ahead against Edinburgh, didn't quite get over the line on that day. They'll be desperate to make it today, especially with those playoffs looming. Smith, flat pass into Calendar. And Smith again slotting into the 10 role. As we see Wilkinson get involved in other spaces, but it's Eleanor Hing. Look at her go past one. Last defender, big tackle coming across from Nikki Simpson. The hooker out of everyone, showing her gas to get back into position to stop Eleanor Hing, who looked certain to score from there. But a huge hit from Nikki Simpson, and it's a penalty, Brython Thunder, and they've gone quickly. Singleton trying to go all the way on her own. She finds the try line and she scores. Like every great 9, going quickly from the tap and finding her way over the try line. And Brython Thunder have scored their 3rd of the afternoon, and they're enjoying playing up here at Stadium CSM.
You can see confidence in this Thunder side now, but what a line break by Eleanor Hing on the edge. I think it was Molly Wilkinson that gave that pass to her, but got on the edge of the player, showing her pace, beat her for speed, and then that cut back in field, outstanding play, and then showing her physicality. But Molly, what was the player? Nikki, the hooker for
Nikki
Glasgow,
Simpson.
Nikki Simpsons. Oh my God, what a shot. I was like, where did she come from? But to be fair,
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Try-saving tackle from the Glasgow hooker. Outstanding. Work rate back to get into that position to make that shot. But then Sarah and Singleton playing on top, having a sniff for that momentum, and a great finish by Sarah and Singleton.
Absolutely. Despite Brython Thunder coming away with a try, it's almost that huge hit from Nikki Simpson that's taken the headlines out of that attack. But it is Brython Thunder who crossed the line through Sarah and Singleton, and converted well by Molly Wilkinson in front of the sticks. Brython Thunder 17, Glasgow Warriors 0, but they have won a penalty here, and they look to go early. Holland Bogan isolated on her own and lost forward, but it's a penalty again for Glasgow Warriors. I thought for a second that Bogan made a slight error, but they have managed to get another penalty, and they will go to the corner here. And it's important for Glasgow Warriors to get back into this game as soon as they can, because only a couple of minutes before half time, it'd be a shame for them to go in with 0 points on the board, especially in this battle for each team's first win of the competition.
Definitely, and it'll help morale, it will help confidence going into that second half. So they'll definitely be looking to come away with something. 17-0 half time would be a tough battle for them to come out second half, whereas they get on the scoreboard now. I'm sure the confidence in that changing room will be a different story in the second half.
Wakely coming away with the ball, taken down by Izzy Hane. They're trying to spread the ball here, Brython Thunder, but they see the space, and it's an intelligent kick to relieve some pressure. And Brython Thunder look like they're quite composed in this game compared to maybe what we've seen in others. They look like they're making the right decisions under pressure as well today, which is great to see. And a youngster like Molly Wilkinson in the 10 position, it's good experience for her to play under this pressure as well.
Absolutely, and that's what it is about. You know, we got youngsters for both sides playing this afternoon, and also, you know, it takes time for a team to gel, that culture, that cohesion, and what we're seeing now from these sides is them get to know each other, bounce off each other, and what both sets of coaches are implementing. We're starting to see them play a little bit more and build confidence as we go through. Ultimately, this competition and how these teams are growing and developing.
Oh, what a fantastic step! And acres of space in front of Roma Fraser, who out of nothing has scored for Glasgow Warriors, and that's exactly what the visitors needed just before the half. And Roma Fraser from inside her own half has gone all the way, and this is going to change the half-time team talk for sure.
Definitely, what outstanding individual try. Roma Fraser there showing her footwork, showing her pace, and we just seen a line break from Eleanor Hing, and she's saying what Eleanor Hing can do, I can do too, and great line break to the centre of the field, great reaction, but then the footwork and the finish was outstanding by Fraser.
Absolutely, Fraser, who's played for Scotland under 20s, a tip talent to go to the top, and showing her capabilities, picking the ball up in her own half. I'm sure initially she controlled the ball with her foot before taking it on and finding the gap and giving Glasgow Warriors their points. Not quite that time from the kick for Glasgow Warriors, but once again it was Roma Fraser cutting through the Brython Thunder defence. And they're back in the game, and with plenty of time to go on the board as well. Glasgow Warriors, they'll fancy themselves getting back into the game as Edinburgh Rugby did in Parc y Scal as they came back from a similar sort of position against Brython Thunder.
Mentality is absolutely key, you know, at that point to get over that whitewash and go in with points on the scoreboard, but also to narrow that gap to this Brython Thunder side is really important for the confidence in this side. And also it flips slightly, you know, maybe the coaches team talk half time. It's about building up confidence, making them believe in now what they've just done, got over the scoreboard, scored a great individual try, but they've been pressing, trying to go through the phases, just lacking composure and keeping the ball. And what we're seeing is a confident Thunder side. I'm sure the Brython Thunder coaches will be really happy with that first half performance. 3 tries on the scoreboard and set piece functioning well for them. So we're seeing growth massively in both these sides this afternoon.
Absolutely, plenty of growth for both teams, and at the end of the day, that's exactly what we want to see in this competition. McDonald almost making a mess of it in her own 22 for Glasgow. Just about getting away with it is the fullback. Poaching around the break down our Glasgow, but it does fall into Lauren Smith's hands. A big show and go. Doesn't quite fool the Glasgow defenders this time. However, the near side they come towards Hing, cutting back off her right boot once again. And a penalty for Glasgow Warriors. And just before the half, an opportunity to try and get down the field by almost creating problems for themselves initially with Carla McDonald almost losing the ball, but she does get away with it in the end.
It's that basic skill, isn't it? You just scored a try and then giving it back, easy possession, just lapses in sometimes concentration, doing some really great things both sides. Glasgow doing some really good stuff, and then a lapse in concentration, a spill of the ball, allowing this Thunder side to gain possession in the 22, and then seeing the likes of Lauren Smith attacking the line with massive dummies. It's just a bit more composure needed from the Glasgow side to get a bit more of a foothold in this game.
Down the field they go. Hing chasing back in those bright blue boots. And running across the field, you can see there's some space on the far side, doesn't quite reach the hands. Meg Webb has to scramble to gather that ball. Pressure from Roma Fraser, who's probably still absolutely buzzing after her try. Charge down from Glasgow Warriors. It's Smith going back to collect, decides to put it out. And it is half-time. Brython Thunder get away with creating problems for themselves there. However, it's a good half for Brython Thunder, in the lead 17-5. Plenty of positives for Ashley Beck.
Definitely Ashley Beck will be a happy man, I think, after that first half performance. And as I was speaking about the composure of Glasgow Warriors side, we see Elna Hing run across field and then give a pass and give potential territory back to Glasgow, and then a charge down kick. But Lauren Smith does very well to get back, regain that, and get that ball into touch. But Ashley Beck will be happy. Huge improvements in set piece today from the Thunder side, taking opportunities, converting territory and possession into points. 3 tries this half, tries from the forwards, tries from the backs, so they'll be really pleased with that first half performance. And I'm sure the message at half time will be, how do we keep this lead and keep putting the pressure on the Glasgow side, and Glasgow be looking to clean up some of their mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Glasgow Warriors player, what do they need to improve coming into this second half? Because they've got about 12 points behind now, but it's doable for them to get back into this game. They just possibly need to stay positive.
Absolutely, stay positive, and just that concentration, you know, it's always being on, staying switched on. They do glimpses of good things, but then give back territory and possession a bit too easily. They just need composure and staying switched on, you know, making sure they do the basics really well, because they're looking to play some really expansive rugby at the moment, but do the basics really well will be key for this side.
A close contested first half here at Stadium CSM. Brython Thunder 17, Glasgow Warriors 5. We'll discuss more of the first half here shortly, but before we do, let's take a look back at the highlights from last weekend's game at the Cardiff Arms Park. An absolute cracker between Gwalior Lightning and Edinburgh. Here we go then, both teams led out by their respective skippers. Sarah Denholm for Edinburgh and Bryony King, captain for Gwalior Lightning, in this huge game in the Celtic Challenge, especially when you look at the context of the table. 3rd against 4th, Gwalior Lightning against Edinburgh. It's a huge game here at Cardiff Arms Park, and another opportunity for Edinburgh. And if they can orchestrate a similar driving maul as they did just earlier, they'll be in good stead. Taken well on the top. Natasha Logan it was for Edinburgh, and here they come. It looks like it's an unstoppable force from Edinburgh. Where's the ball? Try awarded for the visitors, and they're all getting over there to celebrate, to congratulate each other. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was Millie Whitehouse, the hooker, on the bottom of the pile, but that weapon of the driving maul is tough to stop from that close in. And another good tackle inside as well. Mattison sprays the ball out to the captain, Denholm. And again, they've got a similar situation to what they had a couple of metres ago, and crossing the line this time and scoring. Kieran Bell, we've seen what she can do through the whole competition. 3 tries so far, make that 4 on Edinburgh. They deserve that try.
Yeah, absolutely, they deserve that. I think it was great vision from Emerald, who put that pass in to Kieran Bell. So yeah, that was a great finish by Edinburgh.
Big opportunity for Gwalior Lightning, just in front of the sticks. The back split evenly. on this near side and the far side. Peeling away. Sian Jones cutting back inside. Fantastically tackled, but she does find the try line. And Gwalior Lightning back into this game through Sian Jones, who's been excellent for the home team throughout the campaign. Another try for the number 9, and Gwalior needed a try to get back into the game.
Yeah, that was a great play by Sian Jones to back herself to get over that line with a twist to put it down over the try line. It's very difficult to defend, that is. So yeah, well done, Sian.
Yeah, Tess Evans peeling off the back of the scrum, offload into Sian. Be completely honest, when I didn't see her give the ball, I thought it might have been a big tackle and she'd have been held up, but the determination from Sian Jones manages to get the ball over the whitewash. And Wilkins slots it over. Gwalior 7, Edinburgh Rugby 10. Big opportunity for Edinburgh. The ball comes out to the number 8, Freya Walker. And Edinburgh, out of nowhere, are just on the try line once again, trying their best to push Edinburgh back. But here they come. Stripped is the ball, but into the hands of an Edinburgh player. Freya Walker. Ball goes out towards Denholm. Almost there for Edinburgh. A metre or so in it as they take their time. A good offload and a try for the visitors. And it's the front rower, Poppy Fletcher, who's got the try. And it's huge disappointment for Gwalior Lightning, but credit to Edinburgh pouncing on the loose ball and getting a try. And you must say, Edinburgh have been on top for the majority of this game. You'd say this is deserved. Big line out. Rayden, Sian Jones again poaching. As she gets there, it's over the line. Second try of the game for the scrum half. Sian Jones. She's inspiring the Gwalior Lightning team. Second try of the game, Gwalior Lightning 12, Edinburgh 15. They're back in the game and they needed that try.
Yeah, they absolutely did need that try. Sian Jones showing the skills she has to wriggle her way out of the tackles again to get over that try line. Great try from Sian.
And Reardon coming away with the ball. The confidence will be high for the Gwalior Lightning team. Ball out towards Roth Parry. Backwards, says the referee. De Filippo offloads to the fresh legs. Inside out. Oh, what a fantastic step from Katie Thicker. She's just come onto the field. She's fresh. She was ready. And fantastic work from the replacement. In and out. See you later, Lisa Thompson. Katie Thicker, what a try.
Yeah, that's an incredible try. Fair play to Katie Thicker, just to get on the outside and do the step footwork and just to burn on the outside. Outstanding.
Absolutely lightning from Katie Thicker. Just come off the bench. She was ready to go, and the first opportunity she's had, she's absolutely nailed it. Gwalior Lightning ahead for the first time in this game. And another substitution has taken place for Gwalior Lightning as everyone at the Arms Park takes a breath after that sublime finish, but composure needed from Wilkins. And it's good from the linesman. Gwalior extend their lead 19-15. Big moments here. Edinburgh needed to gather that one cleanly. However, doesn't quite go right in the first chance. They still have possession. The ball is popping up through the back. And a big carry. Only a metre out now is Edinburgh going towards the far side. Flat pass. but Gwalia do well to get there. And it's a try on the far side, and it is the substitution. Panache Mazamb, and out of that line out there, Edinburgh back ahead. They had to work for it. Gwalia Lightning came back into the game in the second half. 19-15 it was at one point, but Edinburgh Rugby, they've controlled the game. The likes of Lisa Thompson, Emma Orr, orchestrating the backs, and they come away with the big win here at the Arms Park. Gwalia Lightning 19, Edinburgh Rugby 20. So this is how the table stood after that big win for Edinburgh down in the Welsh capital. Edinburgh went over Clovers into the second position, and Gwalia Lightning dropping out of the top 3 for the first time in this campaign, which is absolute heartbreak for the Welsh team. And Wolfhounds currently sat at the top. The playoffs will commence after the end of this game week, where the top 3 will qualify for the major playoffs and the bottom 3 into the minor playoffs, being played over 3 weekends, all culminating in the weekend at Parc y Scarlett on the 3rd of March. And as it stands, Edinburgh won today, meaning that they have already secured their spot in the top 3. The only other team that can qualify now is Gwalia Lightning. If they were to beat Wolfhounds away, which is a big ask, and they're currently behind 24-12, that's the latest score from Energia Park. They've got a bit of a mountain to climb, especially against an unbeaten team in Wolfhounds. It's going to be tough for them to get back there, but a victory for Gwalia would be enough to see them into the top 3. And Siwan, from a Welsh perspective, it'd be quite disappointing not to see Gwalia Lightning make it into the top 3 after exploding out of the blocks, and then the last couple of game weeks not quite getting over the line like they did in the first 2.
The Lightning side have been exceptional, actually. We've seen a lot of the Welsh Pathway girls playing in that side, and like you said, Griff, exploded out of the blocks, a couple of great victories in the early rounds and did exceptionally well there. And then they'd be disappointed with our result against Edinburgh last week. But Edinburgh are a good outfit, but again, a close encounter with one of the Welsh sides. So yeah, it's all to play for really, but the Wolfhounds have been dominant throughout this tournament. But Gwalia managed to get 2 tries over the whitewash already this afternoon out in Ireland, and they've got some really good attacking threats there. But it's really nice that we've got to this round and it's still all to play for who finishes in that top 3.
Absolutely, and Gwalia Lightning been so close in 2 other games, losing by only a point or a couple of points against Clovers away from home, and then a point against Edinburgh at home as well. It's been, well, a real shame for Gwalia Lightning, but then again, Edinburgh Rugby, they've done magnificently. They've come away to Wales twice and beaten both teams, and you saw them come back from behind against Brython Thunder and did the same against Gwalia Lightning. They might fancy their chances as well going into the playoffs, despite Wolfhounds looking like the invincible force at the moment. Edinburgh Rugby, they're still in the mixer.
Definitely, and you see them progressing throughout the tournament. A 1-point win against the Thunder side, a 1-point win against the Lightning side, and now the scoreline against Clovers. You know, we've seen maybe their growth and their development as the tournament has progressed, and Wolfhounds started well and continued that momentum, but our other side's now catching them up as this tournament goes on. So it'll be definitely an exciting playoffs with all to play for as teams develop confidence, get better, and we'll all be looking to finish on a high this season.
Absolutely, and putting themselves in the market on the shopping shelf for the international coaches ahead of the Women's Six Nations later on in this calendar year. But the game here today at Stadium CSM is Brython Thunder against Glasgow Warriors. The score at half-time, Brython Thunder 17, Glasgow Warriors 5. It's been a close game, but Brython Thunder, they seem to just have that maybe a bit more quality in the side to get over the line. It's those couple of passes that made the difference. The likes of Shauna Wakely, Seren Singleton showing her class as well. They've just had that different spark to Glasgow Warriors to get over the line.
They've got a couple of exceptional players, I think, this Thunder side have, but also what I'm liking is how they now are gelling, and we've seen someone like Eleanor Hing come into this side and show her class. her class this afternoon over the line break. So yeah, they're taking their opportunities well. Their set pieces improved, but then we're seeing some class from this Glasgow side when we've seen that Fraser finish, how she made that line break and took her opportunity exceptionally well. But her pick up as well, Griff, of that ball to take that chance. You know, we're seeing huge amount of talent in both sides, and what excites me the most is the opportunity they've got to play quality rugby and front up against similar opposition, pathway players and players that have got aspirations to play for their countries and the want and willingness to improve and go into battle on a weekend. So the competition has definitely excited me, and we're seeing some great encounters in the Celtic Challenge this year.
And what's been refreshing today as well for both teams, we've seen very young front rows for both teams taking to the field. Chloe Thomas-Bradley and the Carr twins, Rosie and Katie for Brython Thunder, but the same for Glasgow Warriors. Chloe Brown played for the under-18s, Nikki Simpson also been involved under-18s and under-19s, and Ali Tucker. Those front rows, they've gone head-to-head, and it's good to see them having an interesting battle out on the field today in a difficult position, to say the least.
It is a difficult position, and it's a position that takes years of coaching, having a feel for it. It's not simple. I don't think no one truly understands it unless you've played there. But like I said, what excites me the most, you just mentioned all of these front row players have been under-18s players, played for their country's under-18 sides. Now they've got opportunity to play against someone of a similar age in a senior competition. What would they be doing if we didn't have this Celtic Challenge side? Would they just be playing within their country? So it challenges these players more than it would otherwise. So that's why this league and the Celtic Challenge is so key and important to the women's game.
And exciting to see where this competition goes next. And there's plenty to come in the Celtic Challenge in the playoffs. We'll see the major and minor all go against each other over 3 weekends through February into the end, well, on March the 3rd at Parc y Scarlets. And likely, well, we'll know for sure that these two will meet again. Alex Callender, what a great line from the flanker, decides to go for the boot. Molly Wilkinson almost collecting, doesn't quite make it to hands. And it's messy on the floor, but it was a good line from Alex Callender, straight through, and another line break for the flanker. She seems to be cutting it up on every level she plays.
Yeah, she's great though for the ball, but then you see her run lines like that. I don't think she was touched. You know, she picked her line exceptionally well, and then she's got the pace to break through, and then she fancied a bit of boot to ball. Thought she's seen Amy Williams come down the left-hand side here, but maybe just didn't quite execute, maybe just a little bit late, or could have that pass gone to Amy Williams, but she is multi-talented, she can do it all. We've seen a kick for her, I think, a few weeks ago in a game, which paid off. So, you know, it's good to see her confidence high, and is an absolute key player, like I've already said, for this Thunder side, but also leading this side exceptionally this year.
Yeah, Alex Callender, one of the key figureheads in Wales women's changing room, is the leader for Brython Thunder for this year's Celtic Challenge. Another good contested scrum. Peeling away with the ball was Megan Hyland. Meg Webb looked as if she fancied disrupting the breakdown, but it's a nice grubber from Katie Ainsworth, finding space just in front of Lauren Smith, and it's smart work from Katie Ainsworth, using the boot and seeing the space and an opportunity to put some pressure on Brython Thunder, especially in this well, it's a horrible drizzle, isn't it? It's almost blinding. You can barely see, especially on the pitch. You can imagine how difficult it can be for a hooker.
Really difficult conditions now. It's really come in the second half. That's a good option by Katie Ainsworth, especially in these conditions. You know, maybe that was a tactic the coaches have spoken about at half-time. These conditions are tough. That cross-field grubber, hard to pick up in these conditions, that type of ball. It's maybe a bit of variation in the game, trying to change the picture. And it's hard to gather those balls, whether it's high or bouncing along the floor when the conditions are this wet.
Must be said, not surprised to see Glasgow Warriors deciding to go for the scrum here rather than another line out, especially with the rain and the wind. Wind going left to right as you see the screen. So the wind behind Glasgow Warriors in this second half. Could that have an effect on the visitors' kicking game? As we see them come away with the ball here, Ainsworth. Big hit. It was on Emma Turner, the skipper, the co-captain for Glasgow Warriors. Simpson carried into contact. Callender and Wakely over the ball. Wakely disruptive. Callender picks up and takes on the Glasgow defence, taken down by Carla MacDonald. Singleton into Katie Carr rather. Singleton, flat pass, goes towards the wing. Smith tries to offload into Amy Williams. The pass might not have been on for Smith. She looks like she might have picked a slight knock onto the shoulder there. However, they're trying to keep the ball alive. Brython Thunder trying to get the ball to the edge, to those dangerous players in Amy Williams and Eleanor Hing.
Yeah, looking to keep the ball alive. We're seeing a great partnership with Shona Wakely and Alex Callender. Shona Wakely counter-rucking through. Al-Khal just behind her, pick up that ball, and then they get a line break. It's a great partnership with those two. Work really well off each other and looking to get the ball to the edge to exploit that edge.
Big scrum coming up again, Brython Thunder. Big shove as we hear the coaches urging the team to keep going. Big tackle from Hing. And Glasgow, they don't look to exit. Using to keep the ball in hand here. We've seen through the Celtic Challenge the eagerness of various teams. Some to utilise the boot early doors, but it looks like Glasgow Warriors want to keep this in hand. It looks like inviting pressure on themselves here, Glasgow Warriors. Eventually goes for the boot, but Ainsworth's kick charged down by Mundy. Running round the long way here, Fraser. Be tough to repeat the feat in the first half from that far out. Over the ball went Meg Webb. However, the ball does come out for Glasgow Warriors, but they're still trying to play the ball through the hands. They've struggled to get the ball away. Eventually the kick goes downfield, but they potentially need to be a bit sharper in trying to get the ball down the field.
Definitely is a hard place to play from when you're in your 22. The defending side, if you've got possession, your 22 is hungry. They want ball back, putting pressure on, getting off the line, making tackles, and then it's hard attacking and trying to play out from there. So being a little bit more tactical over relieving pressure, but maybe they haven't got confidence in their kicking game. We've seen the kick being charged down, but it definitely helps playing in the right areas of the field and playing when it's on rather than when it's not on in specific areas.
Good boot from Glasgow Warriors, getting themselves down the field. Brython Thunder 17, Glasgow Warriors 5. Only 7 minutes into this second half. Plenty of time on the clock for the Warriors to get back into it. Big hand from Bogan to ensure that the visitors hold on to the ball. Clark. It is actually Megan Hyland breaking through a couple of challenges as they come out this time. Mundy with the tackle, Simpson supporting for Glasgow Warriors. Ainsworth again utilising the boot. Smith reads it absolutely perfectly, but they will go back for another penalty. And it's good field position for Glasgow Warriors. They could go for the corner or for a scrum here. Plenty of options.
You see the difference when they're playing in the right areas. Trying to play out your 22 can be difficult. Now they're playing within Brython's half. You see the difference, but then a nice attacking kick across field by the Glasgow side, putting pressure on this Thunder side, and you can see the Glasgow confidence growing and the hunger they want to score next and stay in this game.
It's a fantastic kick from Glasgow Warriors, just on the 5 metre line. So a big opportunity. Simpson needs to be good with this throw. They go to the front of the line out, and it's an easy try for Glasgow Warriors. And it looks as if it was Bogan who crossed. But have the celebrations been stopped early?
Try to the Glasgow Warriors.
There's a bit of confusion here at Stadium CSM, but it wasn't straight, according to the referee. Absolute heartbreak for Holland Bogan. I thought they were back in this one.
Couldn't see from up here, Griff, exactly what happened, but the ref's indication is it's not straight. It was a great play by Glasgow, exploiting the defence there. Thunder chasing them back. There was an opportunity to attack down the front of that line out, and they took it very well, but the referee's call was not straight, and I couldn't see from where we stood on the halfway line where the angle of if that was straight or not. But Glasgow will be disappointed because it was the right call. They knew what Thunder were going to do there defensively, and a good tactical gameplay by them.
Unfortunate for the visitors, Glasgow Warriors, where they've come to play with our scrum. Absolutely destroying the Brython Thunder shove, and they're throwing players into the breakdown. And what a kick that is from Molly Wilkinson. Another discussion with the referee, and it looks like it might be a 5 metre scrum for Glasgow Warriors as Brython Thunder make their first change of the afternoon. Seren Singleton coming off the field for Meg Davis. And a good performance from Seren Singleton.
Very good performance. The lively youngster, she's been in and amongst everything, worked hard, taken opportunities when they've been there. She'll be pleased with her performance today. But some experience now coming on from Meg Davis, who has been a consistent as well for this Thunder side. Centrally contracted Welsh player, and is growing her game as well at the moment. So a strong replacement also.
Peeling away to the big number 8, Highland. Ainsworth, ball in hand, McLaren. Brython trying to slow the ball down, but the ball is with Simpson. Hands again, but good line speed from the home team, and it was Ellie Tromans. And again, they're going backwards here. Glasgow Warriors. Tucker. The big prop can't make an indent in the Brython defence, and line speed is the key here for the home team. Started off this move, bear in mind, Glasgow Warriors had a 5 metre scrum, and they've managed to go backwards with every phase. Calendar trying to hold up the fly half for Glasgow Warriors. Ball out this time with Emma Turner. But once more, backwards they go. But Glasgow have done well to hold the ball. Numerous phases of possession here, however, negative meters in the pocket. They'll look for a crossfield kick here. Fraser under the ball, almost takes it on this near side, but it does go forward. But good vision from Katie Ainsworth to find Fraser. If only Fraser could have gathered that one, it would have been an easy score.
That was a great pinpoint, perfect kick from Katie Ainsworth. Really good vision, spotted the space, but also the execution of the kick for me was very, very good. Just unfortunately, Fraser couldn't gather that ball. Really, really good stuff, and variation in the Glasgow's game. Glasgow going through the phases, trying to press, trying to make an indent in the middle of this Thunder defence, but not really getting anywhere. Noticing that the Thunder side was maybe tight in defence, and then looking for that crossfield kick, that attacking kick to give them opportunity. It was a great kick by Ainsworth. Just unfortunately couldn't be gathered.
Warriors.
It looks like a change has been made for the Warriors.
23, Lucy
Carla
McRae
MacDonald coming off the
15.
field. Lucy
Carla
McRae
MacDonald.
going on to the field. And again, been involved with the 18s for Scotland.
And replacement
Played in the
for
Celtic
Thunder.
Challenge last year.
Coming on to the pitch.
And an opportunity
Number 18, Caddy
to showcase her
Davis.
skills here at Stadium CSM. And another one, this time Brython Thunder. Katie Carr coming off of the pitch.
In the field is number 3, Katie Carr.
Big scrum here then for Brython Thunder. They are just creeping back onto their 5 metre line, and Glasgow Warriors absolutely ruthless in the scrum. And taken back over their own line, couldn't quite control it, was Brython Thunder. And it must be said, absolutely humongous from the visitors.
That was a great scrum by the Glasgow pack. Glasgow front row getting through some work there. Really dominant. Thunder going backwards. Really hard once you get that momentum to stop that. Thunder made a replacement in the front row. Under 18s last year, youngster Caddy Loyce on. And maybe the Glasgow side realising there's a change there, an opportunity to attack. But that was definitely a flip in momentum in that Glasgow pack.
Yeah, for sure. The Glasgow Warriors pack really turning on the heat on the Brython Thunder pack. And it must be said, this is a bit of a surprise, seeing as how equally they were contesting the first half. Glasgow Warriors must have had a quick word in the changing room on, let's explode out the blocks, let's try and put some pressure on Brython Thunder's scrum, and it's worked so far in the second half.
Definitely, it's been a pretty evenly matched second half, and Glasgow definitely sensing something here, sensing a dominant set piece this second half, feeling confident in this area after that great last scrum. And the last 5-10 minutes, the territory and possession has been in Glasgow's hands.
Big shove, equally matched by Brython Thunder this time. Ainsworth, ball in hand. McLaren, absorbed by Webb. There was Tromans involved as well. They're trying their best to counter-attack here, but the ball comes out. Chicot coming back on herself is Roma Fraser. The ball still alive for Glasgow Warriors, round towards the far side. They go spilled forwards though, eventually off Thompson. Smith comes away. Dancing feet again from Lauren Smith. But it's good experience play from Meg Davis. Unfortunate with a bounce, it must be said. If that would have gone forward, they'd have made huge meterage from that kick. However, Glasgow Warriors come back. Good offload from Simpson. There's Thompson collecting. Clark on this near side. Fraser, space again. Tackled by Williamson. Does that ball go forward? The referee will bring the game to a halt for a quick chat with the AI on this near side, but Glasgow Warriors, they're finding space in the second half. They're utilising the space well. And it's a big penalty. If they could get a score from this position, the game's going to be really on then after that.
The last 12-15 minutes has been all Glasgow really. They're really hungry, they're pressing. They've gone to the line out this time. They'll be looking to get some reward from this amount of entries, this amount of territory and possession in the Thunder half. I think the penalty was from playing the ball on the floor. Be interesting to see what they do with this line out now after the last trick play didn't quite come off.
Well, they've gone for it again, but it's Caddy Loyce Davis who read it like a book. Tucker. And from this position last time, Bit of afters on this near side as well, just off camera. Looked like both hookers were going at it. However, on more important matters, Alex Callender, Natalia John, Shauna Wakely. There's an absolute gang of Brython Thunder players swarming Glasgow Warriors in possession. And they've done well there, Brython Thunder. But once again, it's Glasgow Warriors, another entry into the 22. And it looks like it might be scoreless again.
Yeah, they'll be frustrated with their conversion rate getting into the 22. Sure, the coaches be disappointed with that. You know, as a coaching team, you look at how many entries you have, how many points does that equate to, and they've had a couple of entries now and come away with no points. But the experienced Thunder players getting in there. It was Natalia John, Shona Wakely, Alex Callender in and amongst that driving maul, getting under the ball and holding it up, which resulted in possession back to this Thunder side.
Ball is out. Wakely does well to control the ball. Beats one defender in. Izzy Hane. Arm is out from the referee. And they'll look to take their time here, Brython Thunder. Tucker again for Glasgow Warriors. It must be said she's been very influential for Glasgow Warriors today as the front rower. And Meg Davis is trying to calm it down. You could hear the relief from Glasgow Warriors from all the way up here. Loving that knock on, but it will go back for a penalty. And an opportunity for Brython Thunder to put it down the park. A quick update from the other game currently being played. Wolfhounds 31, Gwalia Lightning 17 as it stands in that one in Musgrave Park. And there's only 20 minutes to go on that clock as well, so both teams are playing at the same time here, and Gwalia Lightning will need another couple of converted tries to get back into the game over there. However, on more pressing matters here, Brython Thunder 17, Glasgow Warriors 5, and Glasgow, as you mentioned, Siwan, they've been on top in this second half. They just need to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and their attack from deep is actually really good. They've got a threatening back three, especially with Fraser in there. But they're back now in their own half. And a penalty to Glasgow in that
Quickly
contact
they go.
area.
Simpson into Bogan, who's ran good supporting lines today all game, has Holland Bogan. They've gone for the kick this time. A clever play from the scrum half. A lot of pressure on Molly Wilkinson. She does offload inside to Amy Williams. Amy Williams trying to create some space for herself, but there wasn't any there as Ellie Williamson, the replacement lock for Glasgow Warriors, is lurking. Thunder needs some relief here. Smith, great kick under pressure. And it does stay on the field, in fact. Collected by Ellie Tromans. There's space in front of her. The chase is on for Glasgow Warriors. What a tackle from Katie Ainsworth. Good gas from the fly half and good reading in the backfield as well to be sure she was in the right position.
Yeah, it was a great kick by Lauren Smith, wasn't it? She was under pressure. I'm sure it was meant to be an exit kick, but all on script, on the same pace. Great chase by Tromans, gathered that ball and showing her skill and pace to get 50 metres downfield from where she gathered the ball to really relieve the pressure on this Thunder side, and Glasgow now deep into their own half.
Brython Thunder decide not to pressurise the jumper in that line out. Rolling away Highland. Again, some pushing and shoving between both hookers, Rosie Carr, Nikki Simpson. I'm sure it's all in good spirit on the field. A fake kick from the replacement scrum half, Mary McDonald. just come onto the field. But the ball does go forward, and it'll be a scrum for Brython Thunder. But once again, Glasgow Warriors, they've had plenty of possession in this second half. They just can't quite put it together to try and get some more points on the board.
Yeah, they'll be gutted not to get over the scoreboard this second half so far. They've had a lot of time in the Thunder half, especially in the Thunder 22, and that set piece, the scrum has been dominant this second half. I'm sure they'll be looking to attack this scrum and get some possession back.
Meg Davis coming away with the ball, a missed pass, misses Meg Webb. Smith goes to the boot, but it lands favourably in the hands of the replacement, Lucy McRae. The show and go. Mary McDonald finding the gap. Over the ball goes Brython Thunder again. Meg Davis trying to counter-ruck. The arm is out by the referee, but they go into the pocket. They look to go long towards Lauren Smith, perfectly positioned. But eventually the referee brings the ball back here. There will be a penalty for Glasgow Warriors. Another opportunity to launch an attack, but the clock is ticking down. 15 to go in this second half. They need to score as soon as they can if they look to get a victory here.
Yeah, looking to tap and play now. Stay on top, keep possession and momentum. And then they cough up the ball. Coaches would be frustrated with that. Just as they're starting to get some momentum in the game, they give possession back to the Thunder side, keeping the Thunder side's lead well ahead with, Glasgow need to score at least twice to get a win today. And it's been the first 20 minutes has been all Glasgow, but unable to convert into points.
Another scrum then. Brython Thunder will feed this time. And Glasgow Warriors, they've been relishing the opportunity to get the ball into any scrum in the second half. And we see Shauna Wakely doing exceptionally there, using her experience to protect her 9. Tromans tries to keep the ball alive. Hing into Smith. Smith sees the space with the boots, but it does land into Amy Williams' hands. We've seen her score from these sorts of positions before, however, taken down she is. Hing tries a miss pass. It's got to be a bit more communication from the Brython Thunder side. Carr absorbed by opposite number. Davis, show and go. Tackled by Chicot. Natalia John is trying to support. Bogan is on John. The arm is out from the referee again. This time it's an advantage for Brython Thunder. Carr back on the inside is Alex Callender. Perfectly timed run. But the referee will bring it back. Penalty for Brython Thunder. And in these sorts of situations, you need the experienced players to stand up here and tell the youngsters, we need to see this game out. We need to try and put it in the corner, even if it's to run the clock down slightly, because if we don't score, at least we're running the clock down for the opposition.
Absolutely, and it's really tough for Glasgow to score from this position. They're now deep in to their 22, 5 metres out from their try line. The composure, the leadership from the Thunder side to go for the corner, put pressure on the Glasgow side. And another try here, Griff, is a 4-try bonus point, but also makes Glasgow have to score 3 times.
Quick ball finds its way back out towards this near side. Huge defensive shift from Glasgow Warriors. And it looks like it was Ali Tucker once again. The prop has been absolutely instrumental to Glasgow Warriors this season. And Brython Thunder miss a big opportunity there to seal the bonus point.
Ali Tucker's been all around the park. She's worked exceptionally hard today. She's put in big collisions, big shots. Her work rate has been through the roof, and made a good read there defensively. It's a hard place to defend at the front of that line out. A trick play by the Thunder side, coming back down that 5 metre line, but great defence by Ali Tucker. And was it replacement McDonald that was with her, the replacement scrum half I think it was, that pummeled one of the Carr twins into touch.
Yeah, absolutely, and the double team at the front of the line out doing well. The pressure's on Glasgow Warriors here to try and exit as smoothly as they can. They've done well initially. Natalia John questioning the referee. Good pressure on the kicker. And the ball is still within the Glasgow Warriors' 22, and another opportunity will come Brython's way. And with the driving maul like they've been using throughout this game, you wouldn't be surprised if they utilise that weapon again.
I wouldn't be surprised, but we've seen a trick play last time, so I'm wondering what they'll do here. If I was them, I'd go for a driving maul. The Glasgow side will be thinking about the trick play. Does that give them an advantage there? Maybe Glasgow won't hit the maul so hard. And a not straight throw by Rosie Carr, resulting in possession back to Glasgow.
Yeah, an opportunity then to go for a scrum. It will be for Glasgow Warriors. There's an injury for a Glasgow Warriors player on this near side. It might well be Ali Tucker, who's been key today for Glasgow Warriors and certainly been one of the standouts for them. Top try scorer in the campaign for Glasgow Warriors, and it's no surprise because she seems to be picking up the ball everywhere across the pitch.
She looks like she's struggling there, Griff. I think she went down after that collision on Rosie Carr. She stayed down for a few seconds. She looks uncomfortable, she looks in pain, but she's been an exceptional player for this Glasgow side and has worked hard from the off, an amount of instances that she's had in this game. So hopefully she's okay and it's nothing too serious.
It looks like there will be a replacement. She looks in absolute agony. It'd be a shame to see her go off injured here, especially looking towards the playoffs. Hopefully it's just a bit of a stinger for Ali Tucker, because Tucker being fit in the playoffs is going to be crucial for Glasgow Warriors if they're going to potentially come back down to Wales for another clash, and they're certainly going to play Brython Thunder again in the Celtic Challenge. They might well fancy their chances at a different venue. You know, today's been unfavourable conditions for both sides, but it's not really been the perfect day to throw the ball about, and it looks like that's what they want to do, especially from deep.
Yeah, I think both sides want to play. They want to keep the ball alive. They like moving the ball, and the conditions have been tough. The wind, you can't really see. There is a bit of a wind out there, but the wet rain has caused the ball to be exceptionally slippy here at Stadium CSM.
Brython Thunder backwards first, now forwards they come. John just on the 10-metre line of Glasgow Warriors as the clock is ticking. Brilliant flat pass it was from Molly Wilkinson, finding Alex Callender. The ball seems to be a magnet to her hands, however, interception off of Wilkinson's pass. Glasgow Warriors take the ball back. Still enough time on the clock here if Glasgow Warriors can get down the field and get a score. Great kick here. How's this one going to bounce? Inside.
I was about to say 50-22 maybe on there. That's the thing with the crumb. The 3G, it can bounce anyway.
Absolutely. And the ball back with Glasgow Warriors where they initially set the kick. And they still look to try and create here, the Glasgow Warriors, but they haven't had the rub of the green so far this afternoon. Only try coming in the form of Roma Fraser cutting through from deep. A fantastic solo try it was. But other than that, Glasgow Warriors have struggled to put passes together, especially in the red zone of the pitch.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough for them to go through the phases, keep possession, but be threatening. This Thunder side are counter-rucking everything. The line speed has been good. They'll be frustrated with how they've given ball back to Thunder quite easily on some occasions this afternoon. And then when they've entered the 22, they haven't been clinical enough and come away with points. Whereas credit to the Thunder side, I feel like how clinical they've been when they've had opportunities today has allowed them to have this lead this afternoon.
It's a great kick down the channel as well. And going down the field, Brython Thunder. And Molly Wilkinson again. She's been key to the Brython Thunder attack today. And despite, losing an influential player, Welsh international in Niamh Terry through injury,
For the Warriors, number 20,
Molly Wilkinson has stepped
Ali
up
Orr.
this week. She's shown what she can do, and certainly a player to keep an eye on, especially going into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and we see lots of youngsters in this side, and the Thunder side had a fair few injuries last week out playing the Wolfhounds, Niamh Terry being one of those losses for this Thunder side. Also Finley Jones, who started 6 throughout this campaign, unfortunately got injured last week. Maddie Johnson. There's been a series of injuries in this Thunder side, but what you're seeing is youngsters and other people stepping in and filling shirts and filling boots, which is really pleased to see with a young squad out today.
And absolutely what this competition is all about as well, giving the opportunity for fresh faces to have a go at playing at this level of rugby against teams from Scotland, Ireland, Wales. The bridge almost between the national team and the club game in each respective country. Glasgow go down the field again. Just over 5 to go here at Stadium CSM. Just over 5 to go as well in the game between Wolfhounds and Gwalia Lightning. Score currently Wolfhounds 36, Gwalia Lightning 24, and it looks as if Wolfhounds will finish this first half of the season unbeaten, taking 24 points out of 25. Couple of subs coming off the field. Looks like Meg Webb has come off the pitch, as well as Eleanor Hing, and Rosie Carr has also come off. A well-deserved break for those 3 players, and an opportunity for those coming off the bench to make their statement in these last few moments.
Big moments ahead now, so there's an opportunity for them to make statements and put their hands up, but also to show the trust that the coaches have in those players to come on and see out this game for this Thunder side.
Oh, what a brilliant try again! Roma Fraser! Lightning does strike twice here at Stadium CSM, and it's Roma Fraser, electric off the right wing, creating something out of nothing. There's still enough time on the clock. Could they do it?
Roma Fraser's definitely been the key player in this Glasgow side this afternoon. 2 tries to this Glasgow side, 2 for Roma Fraser. Her speed, her feet, her footwork is exceptional. She uses that, steps off that right foot and identifies the space and gets under the sticks. Now putting pressure on this Thunder side. If this kick goes over, it's a 5-point game, which means 1 try. So it's all to play for Griff in this last 3.5 minutes. Composure,
Absolutely.
Composure now from this Thunder side will be key in discipline.
Warriors.
How they keep the Glasgow side down in this half, and for the Glasgow side it will be how they keep possession, not get cough up, easy ball and play in the right areas.
There's a substitution as well for the home team. It looks like it might be a head injury as Meg Davis is coming off the field. She doesn't look best pleased about having to come off, and Sharon Singleton back onto the field to try and restore some tempo, some calmness in that Brython team, as well they need all the experience they can get in the last few moments. Oh, Truman steps inside, taking on Roma Fraser. Not quite going all the way from kickoff, but the anticipation from the centre unrivaled. And Brython are within inches of the try line. Diving again. Double movement is the call from the referee. It's a big call and a penalty for Glasgow Warriors, and they'll get to boot the ball and get down the field, but almost for Ellie Tromans getting a try back straight away from kickoff.
Great vision by the outside centre, Tromans. From the kick-off, keeping her eye on that ball, the bounce of the ball. Did exceptionally well. She's been a threat today when she's had the ball in her hand, showing her pace. Youngster, played for Wales under-20s last year, growing, developing in Cardiff Uni, studying, and has been in the National League for Cardiff Uni. A threat all season.
It's a good steal from Brython Thunder. The arm of the referee has been thrown out. Sharon Singleton is eager to go early here, but Molly Wilkinson does slow things down eventually, and the clock ticking down towards that red zone. Brython Thunder need to try and inhale as much oxygen as they can to try and keep composed here, because they're ever so close to their first win of the campaign.
Both sides be hungry for their first win of the campaign. Glasgow will be desperate to get the ball back to give the opportunity. Thunder keeping composure, keeping possession. They'll be hungry for their first win. Really boost morale in this squad.
Good line out for Brython. Glasgow have done well to try and disrupt, but Alex Callender is away, and Alex Callender has her second of the match, and that is a game set match for Brython Thunder. Their first victory of the campaign coming here at Stadium CSM, and it's the skipper Alex Callender who scores the try, and she's been absolutely excellent today.
She has been outstanding, led the team very well. Line breaks left, right and centre, linking up with Shona Wakely really well, but also how she disrupts the ball, gets over the ball. She's been a very good player today, and to identify in that driving maul that the maul had splintered off, and to take that space and take that try was really good.
Brython Thunder restore their 10-point lead through their captain Alex Callender. You can see her distributing messages to the rest of the team instantly after scoring that try. No time to rest here for this Brython side, and an opportunity for Molly Wilkinson to put some more points on the board. Has the gas, has the distance rather, not quite straight that time. Siwan, I'll come to you quickly just for your thoughts on who player of the match has been today, and it's been an excellent game. Both sides have contributed into it, but I'm sure someone has stood out for you.
Yeah, there's been a couple of players for the sides. You've got to credit Fraser for Glasgow, but Shona Wakely's been outstanding for Brython Thunder. It's good to see Lauren Smith back performing, but the skipper, Alex Callender, there you see, she's amongst the play again. Body on the line, working hard, getting over ball, making line breaks. Alex Callender, well-deserved player of the match.
leading from the front. Alex Callender, 2 tries in the game. And there she is to finish off that game between Brython Thunder and Glasgow Warriors. And it's been an absolute treat to watch this match between these two evenly split sides. 17-5 the score, half-time for Brython Thunder, but the final score, Brython Thunder 22, Glasgow Warriors 12. And what a great game we've seen here, Siwan. I'm sure both sides will be pleased with aspects of that game, but Brython Thunder on the whole, they're going to be extremely happy to get the first win.
Yes, it will definitely help the team's confidence, morale. I think we've seen them grow, develop, get close, that cohesion. You could see the smile on Al Cal's face at the end of the game, what it means to her, what it means to this young, developing side. It means a lot to them, and they've worked exceptionally hard over the last few months. I know that for certain. But Glasgow, similarly, you know, they're a young side developing lots of pathway internationals in the side, and they'll all get so much experience from a game like that. And they're great test matches, they're close games, but also game management and what they take for them is hugely important. But I'm exceptionally pleased for the Thunder side today, and what a game we had.
Absolutely, what a game. We saw some unbelievable individual tries as well from Glasgow Warriors. Roma Fraser, it must be said, we'll have to keep an eye out for her in these playoffs, because she created 2 out of nothing today. Certainly an outlet that Glasgow Warriors need to utilise a bit more.
She was a huge threat in that Glasgow backline, a huge threat in open play, in open space, great footwork, and I think she's one we'll have to keep an eye on in this Glasgow side, but maybe in the Scotland side in future, if she can finish tries like that and take those opportunities that really were created from nothing. Glasgow pressed, but when they pressed, they struggled to convert, and then Fraser scores 2 outstanding individual tries for that Glasgow side.
Absolutely a fantastic game here at Stadium CSM between Brython Thunder and Glasgow Warriors. Siwan, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been great having your company again. But it was Brython Thunder who got their first victory of the campaign against Glasgow Warriors here at Stadium CSM at North Wales. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time with some more Celtic Challenge action. Thank you very much for joining us once again, and we'll see you again soon.
Safe journey home.